leads. This is probably the number one thing that almost every agent wants. And in my experience, it's also the number one reason that an agent joins a team. That's why Epique absolutely dominates over every other brokerage in this category. You see, most teams break their backs in their budgets to get leads for agents on their team. But that's about to change, because Epique gives your team buyer and seller leads with no additional costs, splits, or fees. They are essentially helping you with one of the most costly parts of running a team for free. While some other brokerages do offer leads as well, like EXP, some KW and RE/MAX franchises, and others, it almost always comes with an additional referral fee or split, often ranging from 35 to over 50% of your commission. And that's on top of your brokerage split, which is a lot of money, even for solo agents. And for agents that are on a team, this can be a crushing blow to their income and also create unintentional resentment toward the team and the brokerage. For example, if you've got an agent on your team at, say, KW, which usually has a 64-36 split, and they've got a 10K commission check coming in and an 8K cap for being on a team, for good measure and easy math, we'll say they've already capped with the brokerage, so it's a really favorable environment. Most teams do a 50-50 split, some more, some less, not a big deal. Now let's say your agent on your team gets a lead from the brokerage. Woohoo, everybody's happy, right? But then a 35% referral fee comes in, because between Zillow Flex and Opcity, that's a pretty common number, and those are the two most common places that brokerages offer referrals to agents from. So let's go back to that 10K commission minus a 35% referral fee to Zillow or Opcity or whatever. That's $3,500, leaving the agent with $6,500. That's not too bad when you think about it. Then, since this is pretty common, there's a transaction fee. Let's say it's $250, so $6,250 is left to the agent of their commission check. Still not that bad. And now comes the 50% team split. And that leaves them with $2,625 of a 10K commission check. Ouch. Let's face it, that's not enough to pay their bills. And it may not even be enough to pay half their bills depending on where they live. So one of two things goes on in their mind. They either A, look at the team and go, geez, the team's taking way too much. I need to leave the team, and or the brokerage. Which, by the way, I'll show you in a minute how you can increase your profit while also increasing what you offer agents, which then makes them more loyal to you. But the other thing that happens is they go, I should just leave the team and get leads straight from the brokerage directly to save on costs. In essence, what's happening is because of the hefty referral fees that brokerages traditionally charge, it puts the brokerage and the team leader in competition with each other. It appears upfront like it's a positive opportunity to have your agents get leads from the brokerage. But then at the closing table, the agent doesn't see that way. It's viewed as a negative because the brokerage is taking an absurd amount of money for that lead that they provided. Listen, even with the best ISA and lead filtering systems, no brokerage is spending anywhere near $3,500 or even $1,000 to produce a decent lead. What this really boils down to is that your brokerage is essentially cutting into the profit margins of your agents by trying to run an unofficial team off your team to increase their profits. So now that puts you, the team leader, in a really bad place. You're left with two bad options. One, you eat the transaction and referral costs for the agent and keep their profit margin up, but you barely scrape by or you even lose money. Or two, you let the agent eat the costs, pay the referral fees, and they eventually leave because they're just losing / not making enough money. That's really hard to do because the brokerage should be supporting your team, not be in opposition to your team, not be a burden on your team. That's why it's such a big deal that Epique doesn't take an additional split or fee off the leads they provide agents. Epique isn't trying to build a team off the back of your team. They're just trying to help their agents, all their agents, make more money. And as a team leader, if your agents make more, you make more money. So now let's run that exact same scenario for the agent on your team if they were with you at Epique. Same 10K commission check. We'll assume they're capped as well. Same $250 transaction fee. So the agent gets $9,750. Then we'll factor in the team split. They get their 50%. That leaves them with $4,875. Did you hear me just now? That's literally almost double what you'd make at other brokerages that have a referral fee on their provided leads. Now they can pay their bills. You can pay your bills, and everyone wins. You see what I'm saying? The difference between a brokerage that's just trying to use you to make profit but not help you make more profit. As a bonus note, your agents on the team can also earn between 5 and 10K in company stock while still being on your team, but more on that in a moment. Also, it is important to point out that you didn't have to spend your money generating the lead for that agent. So your net is actually higher and your workload is lower so that you can focus on more important things. Because let's be honest, you're a team leader. You already got a lot on your plate. Lead gen is just one part of running a successful business. So having a brokerage that helps you with that and all the other parts is kind of a big deal. And just to give you an example of how many leads are just waiting for your agents right now at the time of this recording, I'll use a couple states. In Georgia, we've got over 5,000 unclaimed leads in less than 100 agents. In Nevada, we've got over 6,000 unclaimed leads in less than 100 agents. In Florida, we've got over 15,000 unclaimed leads in less than 150 agents. This is also the case in pretty much every other state. Remember, those are unclaimed leads, not the already claimed leads. So you can see that there are a ton of leads waiting for your agents, your team members, to get to work and start making money today. Now, for those of you who might be thinking, well, Robert, if Epique gives them leads, why would they join my team? Fair question. First, agents will probably always want more leads. They will never have enough. Second, you can not only add in your own leads on top of what is provided, but you can add in lead services like ISAs, automations, follow-ups, etc. And you can do it with the money you're saving on lead gen. All right, and 3, I hate to break it to you, but your team should be more than leads. A team is a place where agents learn how to develop consistent business quicker and more efficiently than if they were on their own. You're not a lead gen company, you're a team. So you just got to remember that. And listen, if you are just a lead gen team right now, that's okay. But if you want to evolve beyond that, we'll not only help coach your agents for free, but we'll also personally help you build and grow your team too. So I hope you're ready, because if you want it, things are about to change. I'm curious, speaking of leads, does your brokerage offer you leads? Are they free or have splits or fees? Drop a comment, I really want to know. Oh shoot, I got excited, but I didn't even introduce myself or the channel. I'm Robert Biehn, the guy who has coached thousands of agents on how to be top performers. I lead a top 10 team, have an industry-shattering organization, and still make it home in time for dinner. Because what's the point of all of this if you can't even spend time with those you love? That's why this channel is dedicated to making real estate work for you, ensuring you earn well, serve your clients excellently, and still enjoy life to the fullest. So let me help you avoid making the far too common mistakes that team leaders and team members make, which lead to crippling regret and anxiety. And instead, let me help you make choices that lead to your definition of success. By the way, this is a team effort, so hold me accountable. If you think I say anything that misses the mark, I need you to drop me a comment. Your feedback is my roadmap for improvement. And if you have any other questions about moving to or starting your team at Epique Realty, just let me know below. All I ask in exchange is that you watch this video to the end, because I work really hard to make these videos, and they help me provide for my family. And if you close out too early, YouTube harshly penalizes me. So thanks in advance. Now, let's get right back to what you're here for. Why you shouldn't move your team to Epique Realty unless you know these next 4 crucial things, because I already gave you the first one. Team types. Before you move or start your team at Epique, you need to know what types of teams are available so you can pick the best one. Team type number 1, domestic teams. Definition, married couples, siblings, or otherwise 2-person family team. Not sure if your 6th cousin twice removed counts though. There's no minimum production requirements, and here are some of the benefits. You have a shared 15K cap, only a $99 monthly fee each, team branding and resources, ability for the team to reach Power Award status and get your cap back in company stock. All the 24+ agent perks are included and for both agents. Team type number 2, traditional teams, and this is the most common type of team. Definition: a group of 2 or more agents plus support staff if you have them. No minimum production requirements. Benefits: low 10K cap for agents on your team. While on the team, their solo cap declines as well. I'll explain that later. Only $99 a month for agents on the team. Ability to reach power award status even though they're on the team, which means they'd get their whole cap back in company stock. And all the 24 plus agent perks that are included. You can see those in another video. Team leader benefits, let's go over those. Low 15K declining cap, $149 monthly tech fee, ability to reach power award status, get your full cap back in company stock, set your own split and caps for team members. So unlike most other brokerages, you only need to have a minimum split of at least 5% on each transaction. Super low. Quick important note though, team leaders will be required to lead their teams. So agents on the team won't have access to mentors or area leaders because they have a team leader. However, all the other unbeatable agent perks will be available to you and your agents, and you as a team leader will also have access to area leaders and mentors for yourself as a team leader. And of course, I feel like it goes without saying, but I need to say it, you and your agents will still have full broker and admin support, as well as top-notch coaching. And if you're within my organization, the Carbon Club, you'll have more support and coaching than any agent on your team could ever possibly need. I'm not even kidding. All right, type 3, power teams, the elite. A group of 2 agents or more that do 120 transactions or 40 million plus in volume annually. Here's some of the benefits. Low 5K cap for team members. Only $99 a month for team members. Ability to reach power award status and get their full cap back in company stock. Half off transaction fee cap, no more than $250 per transaction. Let's go. And then, of course, all the 24 plus agent perks that are already included. And just a reminder, no mentors and area leaders for the agents on your team because they have you as their amazing team leader, but you will still have mentoring and team support from area leaders. And a couple team leader benefits, we should go over those. So, low 15K declining cap for you. Nice. Only $99 a month tech fee. There we go. Double rev share, 20% of company dollar on all level 1 recruits. Ability for you to reach power award status. Again, you get to set your own split and caps for team members. Unlike most other brokerages, you just have to have that 5% minimum on each transaction. Quick important note, just like on traditional teams, team leaders of power teams will also need to lead their teams. So agents on the team will have no mentors or area leaders because they have a team leader, but they'll get all the other amazing unbeatable agent perks, and you will get area leader and mentorship directly. And of course, I feel like it goes without saying, you will still have broker and admin support, top-notch coaching with our organization at the Carbon Club, endless amounts of just mentorship, coaching, training, support, community, more than you could ever possibly need, more than the agents on your team could ever possibly need. All right, team type number 4, unofficial teams. These are just basically a group of individuals of 2 or more who want to share the same team name, branding, and marketing. It's not a whole bunch here. There's no minimum production requirements, no shared or reduced caps, no splits to the team leader. Every agent still gets all the 24 plus, I think it's like 30 perks now, actually. And that's about it for the team types. It's important to note that all teams at Epique will be required to have an EIN and or DBA. I hadn't done this before, so I was wary at first, but my broker was awesome and walked me through it. Turns out it's really easy and free. It took me 5 minutes to get my EIN from the IRS online and didn't cost me a dime. So if you're worried about it, don't be. It was so fast and so simple, and I will personally help you if you need it. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, Epique gives all agents Lofty Enterprise for free. And as a team leader, it lets you upgrade to a team leader account for just $99 a month. In contrast, when I was a team leader at EXP, I was paying $400 a month, and I was getting far less in features than I am at Epique. So it's a pretty awesome perk. Speaking of money, next up is profit margins for you and your agents. You need to know about this, obviously. Margins are an imperative yet often overlooked area of running a team. It doesn't take long. After a CRM, transaction software, leads, marketing, and more, that all of a sudden your once healthy margin is as thin as paper, and at the same time the agents on your team are feeling their margins thinning as well. Epique aims to alleviate this by providing over 24 plus perks to all their agents at no extra cost. I'm going to list them real quick here for you just for reference, okay? Free buyer, seller, and agent attraction leads. As mentioned earlier, no extra splits or fees on these leads. It's amazing. And then on top of that, my organization at Epique, the Carbon Club, we've also got leads in almost every single state and various countries and are looking for teams to partner with to share these leads with for free. So if that's you, let us know in the comments. Free telehealthcare and prescriptions. Free televeterinarian care for your fur babies. I've got one of my own. Dental and vision care for only $20 a month. Free listing photos, yard signs, and sign installation. These are the fancy signs too, and high quality pictures. Free transaction coordinators on listings and purchases. In other words, every deal. Free agent billboards and headshots for as long as you're with Epique. When was the last time your brokerage put you and your agents on a billboard for free for life? I think that's a pretty cool team perk. Free car washes, so your agents aren't pulling up to meet clients with a car covered in bird poop or pollen. After all, you want your agents to represent your team in the best possible way, right? Free 24/7 roadside assistance, free Lofty CRM and AI certification. So you don't have to be an AI master, we'll help your agents learn. Free social media ads and email blasts to thousands of prospects and a social media management platform. Set it and forget it. And by the way, these ads and email blasts on your listings are for every stage. New listings, open houses, price reductions, and back on the market. And they will help make you money like it did for them and them. Free coaching for life for all the agents on your team. And to give you an idea of just how good the coaching program is, you can see them, and them having a ton of success. That could be your agents if you want it. It's up to you. Oh, and I gotta say it, that training is in addition to access to, again, the support and broker teams as well. And of course, the Carbon Club. Free Thanks.io postcard subscription, free continuing education courses, keep your agents' licenses up to date for free Canva Pro subscription, fully customizable IDX website for each agent, and digital business cards. Free errors and emissions insurance, free cat back and company stock, and only 24 deals and no extra travel expenses, or other requirements. This is the Power Word status I mentioned earlier. Totally unlocked revenue share, 5 levels, 10% of company dollar on every level with no FLQ requirements on any level and no stress over maintaining and recruiting forever. This is also willable. However, unlike many other brokerages that have rev share, your spouse or kids will not have to get real estate licenses to receive the rev share, nor will they have to keep recruiting and pushing for FLQAs to keep their levels unlocked. It's kind of a big deal. Declining caps each year. Yep, your cap gets lower each year. And believe it or not, there are even more perks than those. I was just trying to stick to some of my personal favorites. You know what? That's not fair. How about a brokerage that just offers half of this all included? Drop a comment, and if you can find one, you'll win a prize directly from me. Increased recruiting and retention is point number 4, but it is honestly got to be one of the most important because as a team leader, you wear a ton of hats. It's a lot of work and often carries a lot of risk too. And a good team leader, whether they like it or not, has to always be recruiting and mindful of retention. This is a very draining and demanding activity to constantly need to do. That's why Epique makes the process a lot simpler. For example, on your current team, can agents earn between $5K and $10K in company stock just for selling homes? I'm not talking about what a lot of other companies do by trying to force your agents on your team to recruit more than they produce. And I'm not talking about them buying company stock for themselves. I'm talking about them earning Power Word status just for selling homes. They can earn their cap back in company stock for selling homes, even still while on your team. That's a big deal. This makes it so agents on your team who are producers aren't missing out on a major achievement award. They can be on your team and still be recognized and rewarded for their production. That'll increase their loyalty meter without a doubt. And if you think about it for a second, really think about it. You really want your agents to produce more than to recruit. You want them to make money and provide for their families and to support where you make the most money from, which is them producing deals on your team. Recruiting will come naturally as they become producers at varying levels. And loyalty will keep going up because guess what? Being on your team takes care of their needs. Not just your needs, everyone's needs. Earning the Power Word status is great, but not everyone will do the 24 transactions a year it takes to earn it. And that's why regardless of transactions, not having to pay extra splits or fees on company-provided leads increases their profit and your net profit, which increases their loyalty. Let's move that meter. Plus, you know that amazing reducing cap program from Epique, where each year your cap goes down by 1K for 5 years straight? Well, guess what? Agents on your team will still be able to earn that reducing cap bonus. For example, a solo agent has a 15K cap, and let's say they join a team and get a reduced cap of 5K. That agent stays on the team for 5 years and decides to go solo. They'll go solo at a 10K cap instead of a 15K cap. That's huge because now that agent is earning a reduced cap and doesn't have as much reason to leave your team before the 5-year mark, which can significantly help retention rates and them staying on the team for years rather than months. This increases their loyalty. I mean, let's pause and think about that for a second. So a lot of times agents will leave teams within months, maybe a couple years, right? Because the incentives sitting off the team seem to be better for them. But at the same time, they'll often get off the team and struggle. And so there's this really broken relationship between the brokerage and team leaders. Epique bridges that because they're allowing agents to have a reduced cap on a team, which means they make more money per year. Your profit, they're doing good, right? But they're earning the benefits over time of being a solo agent, which is such a big deal because now agents are essentially being encouraged to stay on a team for 5 years because it's better for them in many cases. Obviously, you got to have a good team, will help, but it's better for them in many cases to be on your team than off your team. And then when they're ready to be off their team, they're going to be thriving and successful, and you would have made a lot of great money and built a great relationship with them. And as a bonus, if you brought them on under you at Epique, now you've got a successful profit-earning agent in your downline. This is a win that I've never seen at any other brokerage. And to be fair, a lot of things at Epique and what Epique is doing, I haven't seen any brokerage even come close. But I like to highlight these ones that I think can get lost in the cracks. All right, let's move on to another thing that will help with their loyalty. Several brokerages, such as EXP and Real, among others, require a minimum 25% split to the team leader. Now listen, your margins are important to protect as a team leader, but having the right to choose what your split is with your team members is important, and it should be your right. That's why Epique only requires a minimum 5% split to the team leader, because they believe that the right to choose should be up to the team leader. One size doesn't fit all. Maybe you'll want to give agents a break on deals that they generate themselves. Maybe if they reach certain production metrics on the team, you want to reward them and reduce your split. It doesn't matter. The option is available, and agents who have a team leader who can tailor their team offers to them will be more loyal than when they're treated as just another number. I mean, after all, you don't like to be treated as just another number. Here's another thing that's going to help you with recruiting and retention. Direct coaching and mentorship to the team leaders. That's you for free. Now, if you're wondering how that makes agents more loyal to your team, let me explain. The better you are as a team leader, the better you'll be at recruiting and retaining your agents. I can't tell you how many team leaders spend thousands upon thousands of dollars just to try and get a little support for running and building their team. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. And actually, I think it's really great that team leaders are willing to invest in their own growth. But I think it's even better to have direct mentorship and coaching from team leaders from some of the best in the industry at no extra cost to the team leaders. And that's what Epique does, because they know that if they help you build an incredible team that thrives, they will continue to thrive. Their priorities are definitely in the right order. And so when you combine all the free perks, buyer and seller leads, the low splits, reducing caps, agents earning stock, and even able to qualify for their caps back, and so much more, This will help agents wanting to join and stay on your team because there's no reason for them to leave. Stack on all these benefits on top of what you'll be able to bring to the table, and you've got a structure for a profitable, well-supported, agent-focused team where everyone wins. What more could you possibly ask for? Now, well, how about this? As a bonus, I'll personally help recruit to your team. If you're building or already running a team, my partners and I will be making sure that we are referring interested agents to our partner teams at no extra costs. Why? Because we believe the best people bring out the best in people. So we want to help bridge that gap. There's even more perks and reasons why you'll be able to recruit and retain more agents to your team and increase your profit and their profit at the same time. But I'll save that for another video. Or, you can skip the wait and book a one-on-one call with my team in the description, and we'll make a custom comparison plan for your team, even if you haven't started on it yet, at Epique to make sure it's the best fit for you. Question for you watching the video right now. Are you a team leader, on a team, or wanting to join a team? I've been wondering that in the back of my head this whole time. Let me know in the comments, by the way. I really want to know. All right, on to the last point of what you got to know before you move your team to Epique Realty. And that is your exit strategy. Because I'm going to assume at some point you're going to want to retire. You're going to want to step out to new ventures. So let me ask you this. If you got in early to Amazon, Facebook, or great publicly traded brokerages like eXp and Real, then you'd have made hundreds of thousands, possibly even millions by now. Chances are, though, you probably missed the mark or just didn't have as much to invest. Getting in with Epique right now, before their IPO, gives you an opportunity to accumulate shares at a 20% discount and while at a low cost. For example, let's say you decided on a deal you wanted to buy some stock using 10% of your 10K commission, which is 1K. Epique is sitting at 53 cents a share-ish right now. Now, minus your 20% discount makes it 42 cents a share that you can buy, which with your 1K would total to 2,381 shares. Wow, that's a lot of shares. Now, if Epique IPOs like similar models before it, such as eXp, which IPO'd at $1, then your 1K investment more than doubles into $2,381, which is pretty insane. But if that's not enough for you, just hang on to it for a few years, because at the time of recording this video, eXp is sitting at $12 a share. So your 1K investment would now be worth $28,572, which is insane. And that $28,572 is just from using 10% of one of your deals. Now imagine you do 15 deals a year. If Epique follows the same path as the companies before, which I think with its setup, it'll ascend beyond them, that would have given you $428,580 today. I'm going to say that again, $428,580 today, just for doing the deals you already would do. What? Not to mention, you get stocks for free every year on your anniversary date for joining Epique, recruiting new agents, which you will because you're a team leader, selling your first home with Epique, reaching your cap, or receiving Power Award status. This is all a huge asset to your retirement and your exit strategy. Which again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to figure that when you retire, you have an exit strategy, you're going to want to, have a $500 extra $1,000, a couple million, whatever. Who wants that? Now, let me warn you real quick. You can't sell stock you don't have. So if you're planning on waiting for the company to IPO, waiting for them to reach a certain level 10 years from now before you invest, you'd have missed all the growth potential, which is what most people do. But I did warn you. All right, next up for your exit and retirement strategy is RevShare, or should I say totally unlocked RevShare. Now, to be fair, there are other companies that offer RevShare, but there's not many. And those who do, such as LPT, Real, eXp, all have various metrics and requirements to get paid from RevShare. You can refer to my extremely comprehensive comparison of all the different RevShare breakdowns for all the juicy details. But to put it simply, none of them offer fully unlocked RevShare, meaning that even if you work really hard to recruit agents and make them into producers, you'll always have to be recruiting agents to access all of your RevShare income. Now, for a long time, this honestly didn't really bother me. Until right around recruiting over 100 agents at eXp, I realized that I didn't want to have to recruit forever. Do you want to recruit forever? But at the same time, if I didn't recruit forever, I'd be missing out on money or potentially even losing money because, let's face it, agents will leave brokerages, stop producing, or as morbid as it sounds, they'll die. And that's when I realized a very harsh reality. My income, to a certain degree, would always be vulnerable with the current rev share models out there. That just didn't sit right with me. And it didn't with Epique either. That's why they made all 5 levels unlocked for everyone. So I can will it to my wife, to my kids, which to be fair, you can do at other brokerages. But unlike some of those other brokerages, the ones I will it to won't have to get their licenses and become agents or recruiters in order to receive the rev share I worked so hard to build for them. That's a huge deal for me because I didn't work this hard just to make my wife or my kids, my daughter, my son, have to become like me. I want them to become the best version of themselves. So no licensing requirements and totally unlocked rev share means they receive the benefits of all my hard work. No strings attached. Side note, have you ever noticed how many strings are attached to all these benefits offered at so many of these other brokerages? It's honestly so frustrating and exhausting, but I'm kind of curious. What's one of the benefits you were offered at a brokerage that turned out to not even be close to what was advertised? Leave it in the comments. I'm super curious. Anyway, moving on to the exit/retirement plan. Aside from stocks, which is a unique opportunity to be an early and already debt-free, profitable company that's growing incredibly fast, and totally unlocked rev share, you'll have an insane amount of perks, as you saw listed earlier, that keep your profit margins healthy and actually benefit your everyday life, like healthcare, dental, vision, roadside assistance, car wash, vet care, mental health care, and more. Let me ask you a personal question. For just having your license at the brokerage, what is the brokerage doing to benefit your personal life? I'm not saying they have to, but all these other brokerages could. They just choose not to. Why wouldn't you want to be with a brokerage that cares extremely deeply about your personal life too? And they show it where it counts the most. Really think about that for a second, okay? Because that's what I had to do. And I was like, man, even if they're not perfect, and no brokerage is, I'd rather be with one that is going above and beyond, doing things that all the other brokerages could do but choose not to do. They choose not to do these things to support my business and my personal life. Now I've got to talk about one of the most important and critical aspects of your exit strategy, and that is me. I know that sounds weird, but here's what I mean. Aside from Epique's relentless drive that has literally changed how brokerages view giving back to their agents, focusing always on bringing more real value to their agents, you'll have me and my partners, some of the top and best producers and leaders in the industry, helping to grow and run your business even if you're not. We're going to be training your agents to become or stay as top producers, to grow their business. And if they want to, we'll help them recruit and build downlines and have teams to have a healthy and balanced business and personal life. We're going to be actively helping you succeed even after your retirement or exit. Why? Who else is doing that for you? Who else is going to do that for you for free? Probably thinking, what's the catch? Or why would you do this? Well, to put it plainly, it's because it's in our best interest to do so. We only make money if you and your agents succeed. It's just that simple. It's just that honest. It's just that transparent. There are other perks, by the way, related to investing, syndication, and other items that will directly help you exit real estate and live comfortably, but I kept it to the main ones that are also unique to the Carbon Club and Epique Realty. Out of curiosity, what is your retirement plan for your real estate business right now? What happens to all the hard work you've done when you finally hang up your license? What happens to your spouse or kids? Will they inherit anything? If yes, at what cost? Share in the comments. Let's all share that together. Maybe we'll get some good ideas. Maybe we'll get some good conviction and some opportunities to just expand beyond. And there you go. This is why you shouldn't move your team to Epique Realty unless you know the 5 crucial things I just shared with you. And if you have more questions, well, drop a comment or make your life way easier and jump on a call with my team and I in the description. We'll do a custom breakdown for you and your team comparing where you're at now and where you could be at Epique to make sure the numbers and potential check out. If you haven't started a team but want to or are interested, no worries. We'll teach you the most important things you need to know about running a profitable and successful team. I promise you, there's no upsell, no pressure, and we'll make sure you walk away with value regardless of what you choose to do. I can't wait to help you build or grow the absolute best team possible. P.S. If you're curious about Epique Realty, I've got lots of other videos that are as detailed and thorough as this one for you to check out. So like, comment, subscribe, and watch them all. I answer all questions in the comments as well, so don't be shy.